Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, with due respect to Police General that answered the query of Chairman Barbers, and of course of the whole PNP, ano naman yan eh, sa totoo lang po, if you check all the records now of all those police officials, not all, but hindi rin most, some, para safe, some of those police officers that was dismissed are drug-related in relation to quota. Well, in fact, I can mention one, no? I can mention one, and I will mention a lot of police officers maybe in my time before we suspend. For example, I talked to former Chairman Nograles, now running for mayor in. Unfortunately, he decided to run in Davao. Anong budget plenary debate, doon kami nag-usap. May isang case doon po on appeal sa CEC. Kaya, ang decision ng CEC is favorable to that police official that was dismissed by Napolcom because the basis is the quota. Now, of course, that is not, kumbaga, unwritten policy. No? And that is being used, yun ang pinakamasakit sa lahat eh. Some of the police officials are being dismissed by Napolcom because of such basis. So, kaya, of course, that's an unwritten policy. Alam po natin yun. But sa totoo lang po, whether we will admit it or not, may mga kaso talaga na may mga police officers na pinadismiss dahil dyan sa kota-kota. And they will testify, Mr. Chairman, if we will invite them and we will allow them to speak and we will check the Napolcom, we will check the civil service. Kasi po, ang tanong kanina ni Attorney Congressman Acharon, with regards to legal remedies by police officials being dismissed by Napolcom, mayroon pa po. Pwede pa po sa civil service. And in fact, kaya nga mamaya I will move for the civil service also, Mr. Chairman, to be invited in the next hearing and submit to us all cases that was filed. Appeal of all those police officials that was dismissed in the period of 2016 to 2022, the present status, because some of them was already unfavorably decided by CAC to be dismissed. But there is a case now, and it might be confirmed or official, but I want it to be confirmed by the CAC and of course by the police officials in the next hearing. A certain police superintendent Gumbok.
Ano?
Gumbok. Siya po yung, nung pinatawag ang lahat ng police ni General Bato, siya po yung ni PNP Chief Bato the time. Yung pangising-isi, yung sinabi niya, ikaw Gumbok, pangising-isi ka pa dyan. Yun yung Gumbok. Now, I cannot confirm it, but I have information that Gumbok, the appeal of Gumbok was favorably decided for him by the Civil Service Commission or Richard Gumbok on the grounds of, I think, if my memory serves me right, you might correct me or not, if I'm wrong, that was a statement given to me by former Chairman Nograles. When I asked about the cases, pending cases, babalikan ko po mamaya yan kasi ito, pattern to eh. Mr. Chairman, pattern to na nangyari. Now, you're citing about the case of Gumbok, and I think now, the document or the papers of Superintendent Gumbok is now with, I think, with the PNP or with Napolcom after the decision favorably of the CSC. I do not know, but that is the information that I get.
Okay. Chairman, okay, go ahead.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Can you kindly give us all those personalities that have
po, Mr. Chairman, ganito lang.
Before I recognize
before Mr. Chairman, I present to this committee and to the police officials. I have with me a memorandum from the office of the Vice Chairman and Executive Officer. That time is Attorney Roelio T. Casurao. He was then the Vice Chairperson of the NAPOLCOM when President Duterte assumed as President. Now, dated August 18, 2016. This is addressed po to all regional directors. And this order from the NAPOLCOM addressed to all regional directors emanates from the public statement of the former president dated August 7. Dito po sinabi ni President Duterte, lahat po na listahan ng mga police officials involved in the drug list. Well, in fact po, for the record, hindi pa nga po kompleto yung mga names. Hindi ko rin ma-confirm, but some of the information that I got is handwritten pa po. For example, in the case, eto ngayon, in the case of police superintendent o senior superintendent at the time, the Regional Intelligence Unit Chief ng Region 6, Police Senior Superintendent Hipana, the underclass of, the classmate of, General Pardo. Di ba, ma'am? Kaklase mo siya? Yes. Okay, now, ang nakalagay dito sa record is, mali pa po. Hinipa. Walang first name. Ang nilagay lang dito, Police Superintendent Hinipa. Well, in fact, in short, that's only the sample. Some of them dito, hindi po tama yung
Wrong spelling.
wrong spelling. At the same time, yung rank, pati assignment.
Na-dismiss siya?
Yan, na-dismiss. Now,
Oh my God.
why I'm telling this, no? Supposedly, and I hope the NAPOLCOM, now with the new leadership of Attorney Vice Chair Bernabe, I hope you check on this, no? Because I have information. While this memorandum is addressed to all regional directors of NAPOLCOM, the only region that conducts investigation during the time is only the regional office of Region 6. Why? Because most of the officers subject for investigation that time and was dismissed was assigned in Region 6. And look at the dates. Hindi na ito coincidental. Because the first statement of the former president is August 7 and the memorandum was issued August 18. When was President Duterte sit or assumed office? That was July 1. A matter of 1 month. Now why? And most in the list are police officials, decorated police officers. And eto, why Region 6 lang? But the memorandum is for all regions. Why? Because, eto,
Political vendetta.
tama po, this is a political vendetta. Why? Because during that election, and we know for the fact, this is public knowledge, every election, Region 6 is a yellow country. Ako nga, sa totoo lang po, in this administration, saludo nga ako ngayon eh. Of course, baka pwede nyo sabihin na I am a campaigner of BBM. Pero tingnan mo, during the 2016 presidential election, alam nyo, ilan ang lamang ni BP Lene against now President Bongbong Marcos? More than 500,000 only in Negros Occidental. Because Region 6 is a yellow country. I am not campaigning for Mar that time. But most of my kababayan is campaigning for Mar. I am with Grace po. Natalo sa Grace po. Okay lang. Oh. Pero ang sinasabi ko lang is, why? This memorandum is for all the regional directors of NAPOLCOM. And only in Region 6 now. Mali-mali na po yung tinawag na pangalan at saka official, pati assignment. Ito, kilala, kinonfirm ni General Pardo po na classmate niya si Police Senior Superintendent Hipana, ngayon dismiss, on appeal sa CEC, o pero ang nakalagay dito, hindi pa. Wala pang first name. Now, class 96. Now, ito po, Mr. Chairman, ito po yung sinasabi ko po. For example, a certain Police Senior Superintendent Ricardo de la Paz, my kababayan, I do not know the real record, no, of de la Paz. Pero I know, retired na. Diba, retired na ngayon. Si de la Paz, class 84 ata siya, PNPA, no? Classmate of DJ Lasso. Ito, pinapiyaw to. Alam mo, kausap ko yung mga kamag-anak. Gusto siya palabasin doon, pauwiin. Sa kami, hindi po to umuwi. Dahil takot na baka ang tawag nila doon, akay daw, akay during the time. Akayan ka. Paglabas mo, o doon ka nayayarayin. Just like what happened with all those in the drug list of the former president, nirelieve, pinadala ko sa malalayo, saan, doon namatay. And sinabi ko nga kanina, an example of that is, ito, sa region ko lang, the province ko. How about in other provinces? The case of Rapis. I am not saying that Rapis is a clean policeman, police officer. But though he deserved to be relieved and be assigned in other places, tapos doon na i-assassinate. Diba? The same is true with all those cases of riding tandem in which the victims are police officers. Kaya nga po, Mr. Chairman, before I forgot, I would like to move, no, that the police officers to General Pardo and of course General Torre to submit in this committee all cases of killings or death under investigation. Kasi karamihan dito, wala naman talagang resulta. Those police officials that was live in their post and assigned in other places at doon po namatay. They were killed. Now, second is all cases involving PNP officials that was killed by riding in tandem. Napakarami po dito sa Metro Manila. Well, in fact, a case in which gusto ko rin po buksan yan, maybe in the Quadcom, yung nangyari po dun sa Bulacan. Yung involved doon yung isang station, Marilao ata, Marilao, Bulacan, kasi almost all those officials, police officers from NCRPO, yung iba ngayon nagtatago ka siguro, yung iba doon namatay. Pinatay din po. And I hope General Torre is familiar with this. Yung kaso doon sa bypass na involved yung NCRPO. Anyway, I will just ask the chairman and give him all the records, no? Para po may sama natin sa investigation. Because this will only prove na talaga pong may problema yung previous war on drugs. Now, Mr. Chairman, I will not anymore belabor to name all those police officials. I will just submit this to the chair, no? Yung 95 ata naka-record dito. But just for purposes of record, sa kamalaman ng public, I have with me the 19 police officers that was dismissed. And until now, ang pamilya po nila is suffering. Sila po is suffering. Their moral, lahat po, tinamaan po sila. Well, in fact, sinabi ko kanina, may isang official, certain, eto, kilala ko dahil tagamin, yung Ipil Dunyas po, underclass ni General Pardo, underclass ni General Torre. But well, in fact, ako, I am very sure of his record na mas nauna pa siyang naging kapitan from lieutenant to captain kay General Torre. It is a class, upper class niya, masyado. Siya rin po, mas nauna pa na maging major. Pero, he is at the wrong place or wrong assignment at the wrong time. Kasi po, nasa schooling siya noon, taga Iloilo, naging deputy chief of police ng Iloilo, that time, nabutan siya ng bagong presidente, Marruas country, Ang mayor noon mabilog, which is also accused by former president na drug protector. Kawawa po yung pulis. Until now, under appeal. Nasa CEC po. Kaya Mr. Chairman, baka makalimutan ko rin, we might as well invite the representative from the Civil Service Commission to be present on the next hearing. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so there's a motion to invite the Civil Service Commission and all the documents that the Chairman of Public Accounts wanted to secure and be submitted to this committee.
Allow me na lang, Mr. Chairman. No?
Any second motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the said motion is now approved.
Thank you, Chairman. Sorry po. Ano lang ako, nagbabalita
lang salita mo, brother.
I just want, allow me, Chairman, I just want to read, no? All those police officials lang na 19 kasi ang memo kasi is supposedly, sabi ko nga, is supposedly the memorandum is addressed to all regional directors of NAPOLCOM, but yung investigation talaga nangyari is with Region 6 lang. What a coincidence. Now, Mr. Chairman, number 1 the list is former police senior superintendent si Leben po, Hill Leben, retired na raw ngayon ko. Ewan ko anong status niya ngayon. Is he retired now, ma'am? Si Leben po. Si Colonel Leben. Anong class ngayon niya nga?
Class 83, sir, if I'm not mistaken, sir.
Mas senior pa pala ito ni De La Paz. Now, second is Police Chief Inspector Rio Maymay.
Comsec, please all these names,
Rio Maymay, Police Chief Inspector Kenneth Militar. Mga kawawa po to. Police Senior Inspector Elvis Nasco. Ito, Ross from the ranks, retired na ngayon. Hindi nakakuha ng ng benefits siya. Or rather emoluments, no? But Police Inspector Ramiro Christopher D. Jose, Police Inspector Lito Duarte, retired. Chief Inspector Vicente Vicente. Ito po, at the wrong place, at the wrong time din to. Kasi hindi taga hindi taga Region 6 eh. Na-assign lang. No? Pati itong si Maymay. Hindi rin taga Region 6 to. And Police Chief Inspector Vicente Vicente, Police Chief Police Chief Superintendent Bernardo Diaz. Nakalista din to. Pinaimbestigahan din. Kaya lang, siyempre, because that time he is the regional director, ang rank niya po is general, and di po under sa NAPOLCOM. Di pa po? Doon na po sa Malacanang. And nakapag-retire po to. Ito po yung isa, yung logic po dito. While the General Diaz was listed in the Duterte's list and honorably retired. Pero yung mga tao niya sa baba until now is suffering their cases. Dismissed by NAPOLCOM. Ngayon po, under appeal sa CEC. Some of them, but not all. Yung iba siguro may mga dismissal na. Ayun po yung irony. Yung most senior Region 6 director that time of the PNP, what was also listed in the original list of Duterte, noong August 7 niya na sinabi, honorably retired. Pero itong mga tao sa baba, nakasama niyang pinaimbestigahan, kinasuhan, and until now, hindi pa nakabalik. 6 years? 7 years? Walang sahod.
Okay.
Ito po, Mr. Chairman.
Mahaba na.
Bumbok.
Okay, naintindihan ko. I will be asking all those personalities to be invited.
Po.
Yes.
Ito, special lang to, Mr. Chairman.
Sige, go ahead.
Yung sinabi ko kanina, I mentioned about Police Superintendent Ricardo de la Paz. Nakapag-retire na po. I'm not saying that he's clean. No? Hindi ko siya inabsorb. But what I'm saying is, kinasuhan ng NAPOLCOM, ewan ko kung yung appeal niya, tapos na ba sa CSC, o nag-court of appeal siya, I do not know. But Mr. Chairman, all of these police officials that was dismissed or pending cases in the CSC or in other regular courts, baka doon sa Court of Appeals, will be invited in the next hearing. Para po sila na mismo makapagsabi kung ano talaga nangyari. And please, since the case of Richard Gumbok, sir, nandiyan naman po sa inyo, pakicheck lang po kasi as far as I know, kung tama pong information ko, the basis for the dismissal of Napolcom during the time and it was absolved by the Civil Service Commission because of the quota. Ito po yung Vicente, alam mo, itong Vicente, he was assigned in Banate. Alam mo, kinasuhan siya dahil comparative. Just a mere comparative. Nung previous chief of police daw, ganito yung sitwasyon. Maraming hulihan. Nung time niya, wala nang hulihan. Kaya, nag-protector ka. Ganun lang ba kasimple? Yan yung sinasabi ko, Mr. Chairman. We want to protect the organization of police, of the PNP. Ako dito, wala akong sinasabi na kung papanig ko nino. Alam niyo naman yung record ko. You check my record in my province and even in my region. Almost, if not all, if not all, yung mga bagong building doon ng mga polis, ako po naglabi niyan na may patayo. Pati yung regional office namin ngayon, may 30 million na bagong administrative building dyan po na polis. Lahat ng mga estasyon din ngayon na bago, not all, but most of them, pinatayo. Tinulungan ko po, nilabi ko po sa mga budget. Every year, I have allocated budget in my request doon sa police. Kaya po, hindi pwede, ako saan ako, na may bias ako. I just want to help the organization of police. Kasi po, pag ganito yung kalakaran, kahit yung bata-bata system. Kaya nga, sabi ko nga wrong place at the wrong time. Yung mga to, mas kilala niyo yung mga tao.
Okay.
Di ba? Kasi kaklase niyo, ma'am. Underclass niyo.
Chairman,
Di ba?
20 minutes ka na.
So
20 minutes ka na.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
just on record, I just want to submit
Alright.
this document,
Yeah.
including the list of all PNP officials that has a pending case in the
Alright.
CSC. And of course, pakikuha na lang po na Polcom yung status ng lahat ng mga ano. And sa police din po, sa PNP, please submit to this
Okay.
committee before the next hearing po.
Alright. So, thank you so much, Congressman Paduano. At by the way, may nag-text sa akin yung Canutan was never cleared from the drug list daw. Anyway, siguro ibalik lang natin kay Chairman Barbers, no, kasi ang bino-point out ni Congressman Caraps dito yung mga nailalagay sa mga drug list. Kumbaga, nailalagay na isasama. And ako, yes, hindi dapat. And unfortunately, until now, may napapasama pa rin sa drug list ng mga high-value target. I think Chairman Barbers, kasama ka sa HBT. Kaya medyo nagugulat lang ako.
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Barbers, kasi kanina si Chairman ako will be asking about yung quota and the HBT. But of course, siguro, kasama ka ba sa bagong drug list?
Hindi, ako po yung nagtataka lamang. I'm sure this is not probably just my experience, but I'm sure marami tayong kasamaan na nagiging subject ng tirades or yung mga fake news, no, sa social media. Ako nga, I've been advocating, I am an anti-illegal drugs advocate, but now I am now considered as a drug lord. So, if you're going to base it doon sa mga social media na lumalabas, perhaps that's just one way of these people trying to discredit and probably destroy the credibility of the Quad Committee. Hindi po ako lang. Hindi naman po ako ang Quadcom. Ako lamang po ang isa sa mga kasamahan ng aking mga magagaling na mga co-chairs, no? But ito ay kung nangyari nga yan sa pag-discredit, pagsira o paninirang puri sa mga membro o kawani ng Philippine National Police, hindi po malayo na tayo bilang mga political personalities ay maging biktima rin ito. And I will attest to that because ako mismo na-experience ko yan . So ngayon, drug lord na ako. That I've been fighting this drug war for several decades since I became a politician in 1995. Until now, I'm an anti-illegal drug advocate. Now, it's just now, this year, that I've been considered a high-value target. Thank you, Congressman.
Naniniwala ko pa ba doon sa mga alam mo naman mga trolls lang yun eh. At we congressman, tayo, nandun tayo sa grounds eh. Alam natin yung sentiment ng ating mga kababayan. And we know the real yung sentimento nila at they are happy, no? Na nalalaman nila yung mga katotohanan that happened, no, in the last administration. And we are very thankful do sa mga support ng ating mga kababayan. At well, pag nakakita ka ng mga comments doon sa ano mo sa mga TikTok, palampasin mo na yun, huwag mo na tignan kasi alam naman natin na bayad yan.
Actually, di ko naman pinapansin yan eh. And I don't want to give them the pleasure of laughing behind our backs by, seeing us getting affected. Hindi po tayo affected doon. Ang ano ko nga sana sa kanila, galingan nyo pa. Kasi parang kulang yung galing nyo.
Good morning po sa lahat. Ako po si Flora del Collantes. Bali, common law wife lang po talaga ako nang namatay ko pong asawang pulis na si Patrol PO1 Joverjan Largesabal. Nung time po na namatay po siya, madaling araw po noon nagpaalam po siya na may drug operation po sila. And nung araw din po na yon, dapat po kasal po namin sa civil. Pero ang paalam po kasi niya sa akin is makakabalik po siya before 8 a.m. So, naghihintay po kami ng anak ko. Nung time po na yun is 1-year-old pa lang po yung anak ko. And then, hindi na po siya nakabalik. Hindi na po siya nakauwi. Then, siguro, parang past 12 na po ng tanghali, nung may tumawag po sa akin, investigador po siya, nakalimutan ko na po yung pangalan. Doon na po sinabi sa akin na yung daw pong nagmamayari ng cellphone na ginamit, kasi yung pong ginamit na pantawag sa akin is yung cellphone pa rin po nung asawa ko. So, nagtaka po ako bakit po iba na po yung sumagot, iba na po yung tumawag sa akin. So, doon na po sinabi sa akin na, yun nga po, patay na po yung asawa ko. So, napakasakit po hanggang ngayon, kahit na matagal na po yung nangyari. Pero, ang sa akin lang, sir, may mga natanggap po akong benefits. At big things ko po yun sa PNP po, dahil kahit papano, hindi po nila kami tinatalikuran. Especially po dun sa mga naging official po ng asawa ko nung time na yun, dahil nung time po na wala pa po kaming natatanggap, hindi po nila kami pinabayaan, kahit papano tinutulungan po nila kami. Galing na po yun sa sarili nilang pera. Ang sa akin, sir, yung po kasing benefits na para sa anak ko, na-decline po sa NAPOLCOM. Kung pwede po sana, kahit nung time po na yun na, kasi pandemic, naabutan po yun ng pandemic, nung pinaprocess po yun. So, nung pwede na po akong makaluwas nun, prinasis ko pa po yun, nagpunta po ako ng Makati, NAPOLCOM. Nagmakaawa po ako dun, para lang, kahit, sabi ko po, kahit yung sa educational lang po, kung hindi nyo na po maibibigay yung gratuity. Pero, ang ginawa lang po is, pinagsubmit lang po ako ulit nung mga copy po nung requirements. Hanggang sa umabot po na kinailangan ko pa pong kumuha ng attorney na magpa-process po nung, parang, di ba sir, napakasakit naman po yun na yung asawa ko po, kung iisipin ko, isa po siyang hero kung tutuusin, na kaya niya po kaming iwanan para lang po magsabisyo sa bayan, tapos pagdating po sa benefits, ganun po yung mangyayari. Para po sa isang katulad ko, lalo na po solo parent po ako ngayon, ang hirap po. Makikita nyo po, dala ko po yung anak ko dito. Kasi mahirap, kahit po minsan sa trabaho ko, dinadala ko po siya. Tapos, yun lang naman sir, actually hindi lang po ako yung widow na ganito yung case. Marami po akong alam, kakilala. Pero, yun nga po, bilang ano na rin po, sana po mabigyan din po ng pansin yung mga cases po namin. Kasi, nawalan na nga po kami, tapos, marami po talagang hindi napapansin.
Okay, thank you so much, sino to? Miss Colliantes. Napolcom, di ba meron siyang 1-year salary, 1 monthly pension, burial expenses, 3 months salary, para sa kasi ito yung mga binigay, di ba? But yung sa educational ng mga anak, the chair would like to acknowledge the presence of Vice Chair, Romy Jacob. Rico, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Under our rules po, meron po tayong binibigay na scholarship para po sa mga qualified children of the policemen who passed away in the course of their duty. So we will look into this po, no? Usually po kasi na-deny kapag hindi na-prove na sila po ay children o yung asawa. Minsan po kasi mga common law, kaya po hindi nagagrantan. But we will give preferential attention to this matter po.
Kailangan kasi kasal.
Yes,
Hindi kayo nakasal.
Sir, nung araw po na yun, kasal po dapat namin, pero hindi po kami nakasal. Pero sir, may anak po kami.
Yun nga, mga ganun sitwasyon di ba?
So, paano naman po yun? Di ba?
Mr. Chair, pwede naman po kapag po-proof po na children naman nila yung we can give the assistance. So, baka lang po it's a matter of evidentiary submissions lang po.
And that's a very reason why we are conducting this hearing. Para at least malaman ng mga naging biktima ng mga pulis, no? Yung mga namatay, yung mga nasugatan, yung mga nagkaroon ng kaso, that this committee will be helping them to have a kung sakasakali ng special account, no, para do sa budget natin for 2025 masama natin yung mga ganitong klase na napabayaan, no, sa war on drugs.
Chairman,
Okay, Congressman.
can I just know kung meron bang investigation ito? Yung kay police officer or policeman Colliantes? Meron bang official, may investigation ba ito? May result ba ng investigation? Kasi we would like to know kung ito ba ay EJK related. Hindi natin alam kung ano ba nangyari dito. Umuwi na hindi bumalik at namatay. Hindi natin alam kung ano ba. Meron bang investigation ito in the first place? We'd like to know from the PNP kung meron ba ito.
Sir, we will have to, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we will have to check, sir, the case and we will approach Mrs. Colliante later. Sir, sir. Sir, I will let General Sinayog answer, sir.
Okay, go ahead, China.
Your Honor, sir.
Sinayog. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Sir, ang recommendation ng head of office niya is that the office recommends that all benefits due to P1 Georgian unless large disable should be awarded to his legal beneficiaries. So, apparently, sir, hindi ito, this is in the line of duty, sir, yung pagkamatay.
Okay. Okay. Kaya kailangan talaga natin categorize Hindi. Okay. We need to categorize talaga. Check nyo muna, no? Para, And then afterwards, siguro sa Monday, if we will be continuing our investigation on this, we'll be citing all those names, no? Na in line of duty. Para at least matulungan natin. Okay. I'll be showing lang. Sige, Chairman.
Short question lang, Mr. Chair, sa PNP, para lang for our education. Kasi, iniimbestiga natin yung extrajudicial killings o EJK na kadikit dun sa pag-implement ng war on drugs. No? Marami pong nangyari na namatay. No? 6,000 sa datos ng PNP ang namatay. No? Sabi nga, ito daw po ay mga nanlaban. So we'd like to get... maybe in the next hearing, Mr. Chair, no, yung records nung kung 6,000 yung nanlaban, 6,000 yung namatay, maaaring ganun din karami yung armas na ginamit panlaban. No, at I'm sure nasa depository o nasa evidence room ng PNP yan. Pangalawa, pinag-usapan din natin yung reward system. Apparently, the war on drugs ay nagkaroon ng reward system na kung saan ay merong pumatay at merong kumita. No? Pangatlo, which I think needs more substantial information, meron bang quota system? Yung sinasabi. Kunyari, isang istasyon, ang quota mo, 500 drug pusher ngayong buwan na ito. Kasi yun ang information na karating sa amin. No? So, I don't know if the PNP will be able to answer us with that. No? If I am certain na wala naman dokumento nagsasabing may quota. Pero kayo, sa inyong karanasan, sa inyong nalalaman, meron bang in-implement na quota ang bawat mga opisyal o bawat istasyon sa pag-implement nitong war on drugs? Is there anyone from PNP who can answer that?
Okay, from General.
So, personally, sir, I was provincial director during from 2016 to 2018 at wala naman silang sinabing quota na ibibigay sa akin, sir. As the provincial director din of Ifugao Police Provincial Officer.